Okay, so I'm going to try something a little different this week. I'm going to try to film it with my iPhone because I think I've got a better camera on my iPhone than on my MacBook Pro, which doesn't really make sense if you think about it. You would think that the computer camera would be better than the phone camera, but whatever. So as you can see, I'm kind of wearing the same thing I wore last week. That's because last week I totally forgot to take a before picture, which is something I wanted to do. So I took a front ways and a sideways, and that way I'll have something to compare it to once, I lose noticeable weight. Speaking of that, it has been a very frustrating week. Like I said last week, I weighed in at 171.3, and that I was doing the Weight Watchers. I rode on my exercise bike a couple times, and I thought things were going pretty good because I weighed in on Saturday, which I try not to do. I try to stop myself from weighing in multiple times a week because your weight can fluctuate day to day. And it's best to do it on the weekly schedule at the same time every day, all of that stuff, so you can get an accurate picture as of, how much you weigh. But I got curious on Saturday, so I weighed in, and I weighed 169.1, which was great. I was like, this is so wonderful. I've lost a little over 2 pounds. It was a little less than I wanted to. Sorry about that, phone rang. Like I said, I weighed in on Saturday, and it was 169.1, which I thought was great because it was a little over 2 pounds. It was less than I wanted to for a first week. Usually my first weeks I lose like 4 or 5 pounds, I guess just in like water weight, but I apparently wasn't doing as great as I thought. It's harder to lose now. I don't really know why. That's a lie. I know why. I don't like to exercise. I hate sweating. I hate getting dirty. I hate, it's just, I find it gross. So exercising is something that I'm going to have to force myself to do. And like my knee was hurting, so I didn't want to ride the bike, so I made excuses not to ride the bike, which I have to stop. I've got to ride the bike. I kind of wish there was, somebody else that I could do this with, but I live in the middle of nowhere. Other than like, text message support from my friends, I don't really have anybody to do this with. I'm kind of on my own. So yeah, I weighed in on Saturday, and I thought everything was great. And then Monday morning came, which Monday mornings is when I weigh in. I get up, I go to the bathroom, I get my clothes off, and I'm about to get in the shower. I put the scale out, so I get on the scale butt naked, light as I possibly can be. And it said 171.1. So I don't know what happened in those 2 days. Actually, I probably do. On Sunday, I ate dinner. Like, I ate a big dinner because I had the weekly points for Weight Watchers, and I wanted to use them. I was hungry. And it was really good. We had pork loin in it. Oh my God, it was delicious. But I think what the problem is that I ate this huge dinner, and it's not like it was that huge. It was some pork loin and a little bit of mac and cheese, some corn, some squash. Like, it wasn't awful food. I just had like a bigger dinner than usual. And then I think the problem was that I had that big dinner on Sunday night, and then I weighed myself Monday morning, because this morning I got up and I went before I took a shower, and I weighed myself, and I weighed 170 even. So, I think that has something to do with it. It's gotta be the eating the bigger dinner on Sunday night. So what I think I'm going to do now, starting next week, since it's already past Monday, is I'm going to have that bigger dinner on Monday night. And I like to have one bigger dinner a week because it gives me something to look forward to. It's not like, I spend 7 days a week starving myself. I spend 6 days a week eating really, really good on the plan, stick to it, just the daily points. And then I spend 1 day a week. In the morning, I do really good, and then in the evening, I get to indulge a little bit. It's not like I'm going and, eating a tub of ice cream. I'm having just slightly larger portions than I would normally have, or maybe I'm going back for seconds on certain items. I'm trying to be good, I really am, but I really like food, which brought a problem today. I went to work, and I went into the break room to heat up my lean cuisine, which, it was good. It was sweet and sour chicken. It was nothing special, but it was pretty good. And there was a container of chocolate chip cookies on the table. And then at my office, whatever food is on the table is free game. And sometimes they'll bring in blueberry muffins, which are fabulous. And I can't eat them anymore, which just, depresses me immensely. But yeah, so it's hard. It's very hard right now. I'm very frustrated because if we take in this morning into account, that means I've only lost 1.3 pounds, and that's not acceptable for me. So something's got to give, something's got to change. I'm going to have to do a little bit of tweaking. I don't think my eating needs to be changed, except for, the bigger dinner on Monday. I think I do need to eat a little less fruit because I've had some stomach cramps today and yesterday. I've just been eating a lot of fruit, a lot of grapes. So I'm going to try to cut down on that, eat more vegetables, just keep a balance, and definitely exercise more. Definitely exercise more, even though I hate it. Gotta exercise more. Ride that bike. But, yeah, so I think what I'm going to do now is, since I'm just figuring out the format of it and having ideas, I'm going to, at the end of the videos, lost my words, I'm going to put my beginning weight and my current weight and the change, so we can keep track of everything as it goes along. And I will be back in a week to update you guys on how everything is going. So for now, I'm going to go feed the cats and ride the bike. Bye!